Assalamu alaikum. This is Faisal Nadeem from AMP, Association of Muslim Professionals. A very warm welcome to everyone. Today we are here for AMP free employability training programs. Topic for today is soft skills for interview. I would now do a short presentation about AMP. AMP is non-for-profit organization registered under Section 8 of the Companies Act 2013, Government of India, for providing voluntary social service to meet the needs of underprivileged individuals, that is upliftment of the underserved and needy through education and vocational training, employment support, medical relief, economic empowerment, student mentorship and guidance. The above services are provided to needy individuals irrespective of caste, creed and religion. Employment Assistance Cell. We all are witnessing AIF's success as one of the most admirable national level NGOs striving for 3 E's: education, employment, and empowerment. Keeping in mind AIF's core objective of supporting the underprivileged, promoting education, and creating economic empowerment, AIF had launched a special project with the name of AIF Employment Assistance Cell during its initial stages of formation. Today, it is one of the core projects of AIF. Major EAC activities. Our major EAC activities include, but are not limited to, conducting job fairs, job drives, employability training programs in colleges, skill training company tie-ups, candidate mobilization, skill development courses. Job fairs. Job fair is one of the flagship projects of AIF, and we have successfully organized 43 job fairs till date. Every job fair has participation of minimum 50 companies and 2,000 plus candidates. AIF has organized job fairs in the past in collaboration with Thane Police, Aurangabad Police, West Bengal Minority Finance Development Corporation, Andhra Pradesh State Minorities Finance Corporation, and the reputed NGOs. These government organizations and NGOs collaborate with AIF as local partners and take care of the local ground promotions in the job fair arrangements. AIF invites corporates like TCS, Asian Paints, Reliance Group, Cafe Coffee Day, McDonald's, Team Lease, Tech Mahindra, and other reputed corporates in the job fair. Job drives. Job drives are similar to job fairs, but are organized on a much smaller scale compared to job fairs. In a job drive, we typically invite only up to 2-3 corporates who have specific openings and advertise their opening profiles in order to attract suitable candidates. We conduct job drives every week throughout India in collaboration with other consultancies and NGOs through the help our chapters. These local partners do ground promotions for candidate mobilization and take care of all the arrangements of the job drives. In case of multiple openings, we also organize special job drives for the corporate, wherein we invite only one corporate and help them fill their requirements. Employability training programs. AIF's employability training programs, or ETP, has been developed to assist job seekers find the right job at the right place at the right time and to become the right fit in a present-day modern organization. Our ETP trainers are seasonal professionals who have in-depth of understanding of employability training and committed to investing their valuable time, resources, and knowledge in grooming the candidates. We team up with the colleges in different cities and conduct ETPs there on regular basis, usually once every month. Skill training companies tie-ups and candidate mobilization. Skill training companies tie-ups. AIF has partnered with reputed skill training companies like Tata Trust, Whirlpool Tech Mahindra Foundation, etc. We have also arranged skill training melas in Mumbai by inviting around 20 skill training companies to hire and train unskilled candidates who could not pursue their higher studies after 10th and 12th standard. Candidate mobilization. AIF has mobilized candidates for various skill development courses like home appliances technician, AC technician, mobile repairing technician, and solar engineering under Skill India mission in centers all across India. Our achievements: employment assistance, 43 plus job fairs, out of which 9 online job fairs, 270 plus job drives, out of which 20 online job drives, 220 plus employability training programs, out of which 37 online ETPs, 100 plus mock interviews in colleges, 25,000 plus candidates placed in jobs. Career phase, organized 6 career phase, benefited 1,50,000 plus students. Our new initiative, empowerjobs.com, connecting right talent with right opportunity. Empowerjobs.com was launched on 6 December 2020. It is a unique job portal with comprehensive offerings introduced by AMP India Foundation for job seekers, especially those hit by the COVID pandemic. Thank you, everyone. Now I would like to invite Abu Bakr Siddiq, Assistant Professor of the college, to please give a brief introduction about the college.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for this a brief introduction about AMP, and we are happy that it is doing a commendable job. And of course, on behalf of my institution, on behalf of my students, I uh, give my great respect and honor to the AMP associates who are doing a commendable job. And to give a brief introduction about our college, it was started in the year 1956, Haji Karutarautar Haudia College, located in Uttamapalayam, Theni district, Tamil Nadu. So it's been located in a rural area, even though it's been remote from other great logistic service. Our institution is trying to do the best for the graduates, and most of the people who join our institution belong to first generation graduates. So almost from 1956, for more than 60 years, our institution is providing educational from a philanthropic service point of view. And our founder, Haji Karutarautar, was also a staunch nationalist. He participated in the freedom struggle also, and founded by him in 1956. And we have come here with his great dua and other things. And I belong to English department, and here today we have got around 70 students who are participating in this webinar, all of them undergraduate final years, and 10 students belong to postgraduate final year. So I convey my gratitude, heartfelt gratitude to Association of Muslim Professionals for presenting this webinar on soft skills for interview. And I thank each and every one of the professional association. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir, for brief description. Now I would like to introduce the speaker for today, Mr. Mohammad Zamir Hussain. Zamir Hussain has a 17 years of dynamic professionals across various functions. He is an MBA graduate and certification in training, career counseling, and quality assessment. He has trained more than 15,000 plus students, 35,000 plus corporate employees, and more than 50 plus different nationalities, both in India as well as in Dubai. He has delivered lectures, training, and keynote on a wide spectrum of topics like personality development, human resource, strategic management, sales and marketing, business analytics, entrepreneurship, CRM, and many more. So I would now like to welcome Dr. Zamir Hussain to please start the session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Faisal. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay. So, Assalamu alaikum, namaste, and good afternoon to one and all, to the management and staff from the college, and also my dear beloved students who are in their final years and at the crossroads of their career, like, about to enter into the corporate world. I extend my warm welcome to one and all on behalf of Association of Muslim Professionals, as well as my firm, which is called as Zenith EdTech Solutions. So without wasting any more time, I would love to straight away jump into the subject, because it's a very interesting, very lovely subject. And it's the need of an hour for all of us here, so that we know how to prepare ourselves for the interviews. Okay. Meanwhile, before I start, I'm open for discussion, but we'll keep the questions parked. Okay. You can type in the question and answers, or sorry, your questions in the Q&A section, and Faisal will facilitate towards the end about taking up all the questions, and we shall definitely try and answer all the questions you have in your mind. And another request which I have before I start is let's make it as interactive as possible. Okay. And also what I would like to request is you can ask questions and make it more interactive. Okay. So are you able to hear me, everybody? Can I see some responses?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We are able to hear you.
Thank you, Abu Bakar, sir. At the same time, our beloved students, if they can type in some message as to if they are able to hear me. And I see a good number of participants still joining in, more than 40.
We are getting in, sir. They are just arrived. We can start, sir.
Okay, so I hope everybody is able to see the slides also. So now let's take up our first topic for discussion. Okay. So first topic for discussion, let me put across what is an interview. We are definitely going to talk about the soft skills, okay, for the preparation of
கொஸ்டின்ஸ்
interview.
ஏதாவது கேட்டாங்கன்னா chat இருக்கு பாத்தியா, அந்த chatல வந்துட்டு ஏதாவது கொஸ்டின்ஸ் இருந்ததுன்னா போட்டுக்கோ, இல்லனா வெரி குட் இல்லனா thank you அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஏதாவது அப்ரிசியேஷன் பண்ணிக்கோ.
Okay, so first thing is like, what is an interview? Okay, so number one, like, we can say that first thing about interviews, please understand interviews is a golden opportunity. It's a golden opportunity for us to prove our candidature. Okay, it's an opportunity because many people apply for interviews and jobs and they don't get a call also, right? So first of all, to get the interview call itself is a blessing, and I call it as a golden opportunity. Okay, so here is a golden chance for you to make it to so that you get the job. Okay, and definitely for that some preparations are required. And if you're actually starting right now, we are actually late. If you're starting in your last year of your profession course or your degree course, okay, kind of we are a bit late. Okay, we have to actually start a bit early, but nevertheless better late than never. So let's like, collect some more points. I know definitely you know most of the things here, but still at the cost of time, let us remind ourselves as to how we should prepare for the interview. Okay, here it says that like, there are 7 people across the globe who have a very similar face like yours. Okay, we call them as identical face, right? So this is science. Like, nobody has ever went and like, confirmed it or like, made a list of where your people with the same face lives in the other parts of the world. Okay, nobody has yet confirmed it, but yes, it is said, and by large it is true. Okay, there may be some plus or minus 1 or 2 number, but largely it is true. Now, at the same time, if we talk about name, okay, like I see so many names here, everybody, we all of us have a name, right? And we see so many names here. I see like, Rifka, I see Nandini, I see Sabura, okay, I see Shweta, I see Priya, right? So how many people with the name Priya? Or you ask yourself, how many people you know with the name Priya? Okay, there could be Priya Darshini, there could be Priya, there could be Priya, some other things. But how many Priya do you know? Right? So you must be knowing more than one, sometimes 4, sometimes 5, sometimes 10. Now, what makes us to stand apart? How are we different? How are we different? Yes, anybody can help me? Can you tell me how are we different? How are we different? Because if there are so many people with the same name, like my name is Zamir, you might have heard or you might have come across so many people with the name Zamir, right? So how are we different? Yes, my dear friends, it's your time to put me some like, points in the chat. I can't hear you, but I can read your chat. Yes, please. You can type in Tamil. Abu Bakar sir will read it for me. Okay, our uniqueness. Very good, Santhya. Yes. Character. Wow, very good, Bahumita. Shakti Devi says by face. Face we have already seen. 7 people have same face. No, somehow I don't agree, Shakti. Uniqueness, character. The combination of uniqueness and character is what we call as our personality. Very good, Shaba. Okay, Shaba Noshin, she says that it is the personality which makes us like, so different. That is our identity. Our personality is a bigger identity than our names. Okay, our personality is more bigger identity than our names, because name is common. Name is like, shared by so many other people. So what makes us so unique is our personality, right? So what is a personality now? Why we are discussing personality? Let me spend a minute here first. We are discussing personality for the reason that in the interview, basically it is not your like, marks or your scores or your name and other things which the person is checking. The person is basically checking your personality, right or wrong, right? Because everything else is written in the CV, your biodata, your curriculum vitae, your resume, whatever you call it. Everything is written about you in there. Can't they select based on that CV? Can't they directly send you an offer letter? They won't send, for the simple reason that because they want to assess your personality. How good is your personality? How charming person you are? How mingling person you are? How easy you are to get along with other people? At the same time, your skills, your knowledge, your attitude, everything makes up your personality. And that is what which is gauged in the interview. Okay. So does it mean that we should do a drama in the interview, show that I have a very good personality, and after the interview, if I get the job, then I can be normal? No, I'm not talking about that. Personality is something which should be very genuine. You cannot fake it. Okay, so you need to every time have that personality before the interview, in the interview, after the interview. Okay, so every time we must have that charming personality, that loving personality, that everybody wants to come and talk and share. Okay, so that is why it is very important that we work on our personality. Working on our personality is nothing but we have to develop so many soft skills. That is why we are here today. Okay, that is what we are going to talk about, the soft skills for the interview. Okay, so let's move further. So personality is a combination of your characteristics or the qualities, and personality refers to the individual's differences in characteristics, pattern of thinking, feeling, and behaving. So here it means that more or less, our personality has larger things which are static, which won't change so quickly. Okay, there are some things which keeps on changing in us, but personality is by large which is constant in us. Okay, by large which is constant in us. So based on that, that is how the interviewers will select us or reject us based on the company culture, company environment, job requirement. They may select or reject us because we will not fit into that framework. We will not fit into that frame what the company has formulated. Okay, so that is why we require this personality, so that we are known, we are recognized, and we are we can show them how different we are. At the same time, we can contribute to the development of the company. Okay, so let's continue further. Okay, but before that, a quick feedback. How is it going? If you are able to understand, if you are liking the subject, please type go. Okay, or go ahead. If you like the subject, please type go or go ahead. Okay, thank you, Aisha. Okay, thank you, Jasra. Thank you, Afrin. Thank you, Ramya. Okay, thank you, everyone. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about you. And this is not about me. Whatever I'm talking now is not about me. It's about you. So please open, keep your umbrella open and listen to it. This is for you. Okay. So defining personality, there are several definitions of personality, which they say that personality is actually the development from organized pattern or attitude and behavior. Okay, so we develop overall, now that you people are getting graduated. Okay, people who are already there in their final year of the graduation, and my friends who are there in their final year of post graduation. Okay, you know what is the word graduate means? It's a very important word. Graduate, definitely we consider it to be as somebody who has studied 10 plus 2 plus 3 or 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus another 2. That is what we call as graduate or postgraduate. Okay, more than that, the better definition of graduate is somebody who can think on their own, somebody who can decide, somebody who can make a decision. Okay, you are coming to that level. Okay, you are coming to that level now. You are achieving a new height in your life, right? So that is why the interviewer will check that whether you have reached that level or not. Okay, so please, we have to display that personality. We have to show that we are that personality what the company is looking for. Okay, and company is not looking for it's not for the purpose of marriage. Okay, but this is more than marriage, because you are going to fit not with one individual, you are going to fit with all the other individuals who are already working in the company. Okay, so this is more difficult than matchmaking for your marriage, because matchmaking in marriage requires only the bride and grooms unka kundi, their kundi should match. Okay, their things should match. But here it is more than that, because in the job they want to see that you are that personality which all the existing employees or the existing organizational culture you fit into that or not. Skills are important, but at the same time, the personality is important. How big? I will tell you in some time. How big or how important is the personality? We need to understand that. Okay, because we have some time here and we have our friend Anis Fatima raising a hand. Anis Fatima, if you can meet yourself and ask the question or type the question in the chat box. Let me quickly take it if possible. Anis, definitely you can ask your question towards the end, please. Okay. Importance of personality now. Let's talk about the importance of personality development. How it is our, like, why is it so important? Number one, personality grooms an individuals to, like, make him or her more acceptable. Okay, make a mark for themselves, make an identity of yourself. Okay, as somebody had mentioned some time back, identity. Okay, personality development goes a long way in reducing stress and conflicts, because if you have a very good personality, most of your stress, most of your conflicts will reduce, because you're predictable. You know how you, what you are and how you can work with others. Others know how or what kind of personality you are, right? So that reduces a lot of conflicts. So for that, very important, in one line I can say here is, you need to be something, a consistent personality. Don't be a fickle personality that who changes day in day out. Okay, so we need to be one good personality and try to be, or try to carry that image for a good time. Okay, next one, personality development help you to have a positive attitude towards life. Now, if you just close your eyes and ask yourself this question, is the world around you good or bad? Close your eyes for, like, 30 seconds and ask yourself this question. Is the world around you good or bad? Okay, once you got the answer, please type in the chat box, good or bad. Whatever you felt, whatever you realized just now, that the world around you is good, then type good. If the world around you is bad, please type bad. Okay, two good, one bad. Sorry, two bad, one good. Two good. Okay, three bad, two goods. Okay, three good, three bad. Fine. Okay, now good flowing. Oh, it depends on the view. Fine, very good. Both, sir. Okay, very good. Very diplomatic answer. Huh? Okay, if we think positive, it's good. Wow, very good. Mixture of good and bad. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, everyone. Lovely, lovely responses which I could see here. Definitely, first thing, please understand, there is no definition of good and bad, because good and bad is something very subjective thing. What is good for me may be not good for you. What is bad for you may be not bad for me. Okay, so we all agree on this side. Definitely the world is good and bad, both combination. Otherwise, if everybody is good, then what is the fun? And if everybody is bad, then what is the fun? Okay, now my point of view, which I want to put across to all of you, is please take a good note of this, is that if you are good, definitely world will be good to us. If you are bad, I'm not telling you are bad. If somehow you are not trying to show the world what good you carry, definitely people will show their bad to you. Okay, so there is a kahavat, like, there is a saying, there is a quote in Punjabi which just says that aap bhala to jag bhala. When you are good, the world is good to you. I'm a very strong believer in that. It doesn't mean that I haven't seen bad people. It doesn't mean that people don't do bad to me. People do bad to me. Okay, there are many people I can say they are bad, but I won't say they are bad. Number one. Okay, after some time, those people who are bad to me, sometimes they turned out to be positive. They turn out good to me, because I am good. I carry my identity for long as a good person. So after some time they will change for good. They will change towards me. If not towards the world, at least towards me. Okay, so personality development is that where you like others and others like you. We hate people for no reason. Why can't we love people for no reason? Okay, so personality is all about that. Please, like, better than judging the person, please judge the situation. Please make a note of this. Nobody is bad. Situation makes them most. Okay, but there is a choice for us to be good in all the situations. Okay, so PD, we have much more, like, in general things, okay, to be talking about. So after the college education, success doesn't solely depends upon the degree, certificate, what you have got. Even the university topper, the gold medalist, will have a tough time in the interview, will have a tough time in the corporate. Okay, somebody who will not have tough time in the corporate is a person who has got a good personality. I'm betting you, I'm challenging you, you will experience this. Somebody with the topper having a gold medalist, okay, if they don't have a good attitude, definitely they will have a tough time. Somebody who doesn't have so good marks, but has a very pleasant personality, I'm telling you, you will enjoy, people will enjoy talking to you. Okay, so that's the importance of the personality. Okay, so going further, now quickly you can ask this question to yourself: who I am, how well do I know myself? Okay, what I am good at? Okay, what are my weaknesses and fears, and what are my innermost strengths and desires? Okay, ask yourself, these are very vital questions. If you don't have this, it's like, you know, you are living a life for no reason. There's no reason behind your life. Okay, and where I'm heading, where I want to be. A good exercise you can do after this webinar is take a white page, write today's date, write your name at the top, and write on that after 1 year where you see yourself, after 5 years where you see yourself, after 10 years where do you want to see yourself. If you don't have this goal, you are heading nowhere. An aimless life is a shameless life. Okay, so that is why approach for good personality, what we should do. Number one, we should do this goal setting, which I said you just now. After 1 year, after 5 years, after 10 years, where do you see yourself? Okay, while doing goal setting, that is what very important. Then the second thing is time management. For every good personality, one thing they have big common in them is the time management. Everybody, even the most successful person on this earth, or somebody whom you feel is not like, you know, so successful on this earth, each one of us have got the same 24 hours. Okay, we have got the same 86,400 seconds, right? So now how do we use the time? That's more important. We all have the same amount. Okay, next one, the communication skills. I am sitting in front of you and talking to you is because of my communication skills. What makes some people different from others is your communication skills, right? That's another very, very vital, like, you know, quality what we as a soft skill, as like, you know, we require for our personality, we require for, like, you know, so many other things. Okay, next one, very important. While you're going for the interview, one thing you would be knowingly, unknowingly, okay, knowingly, unknowingly, they will be judging you is whether you have leadership qualities or not. Tomorrow down the line, after 5 years, 10 years, are you, like, I know, do you have those qualities to move into a supervisory level, to a team leader level, or to a manager level? Okay, or if you're only a follower, so you'll also be gauged for that. And okay, so what makes a good personality? For all these things, okay, we've seen the approach. These are the 4 things. We'll quickly discuss on that. There is an endless list, but I'll focus on these 4 because we have less time, and we'll focus on these 4 things for now. And also very important is our what makes a good personality. Number 1, your self-confidence. How to gain self-confidence? That is the next question I know that would come to your mind. Okay, self-confidence, number 1 comes with your knowledge. Okay, number 2 comes with your communication. Okay, number three, your ability to analyze the situation. Okay, whether it is not always calling good or bad, according to the situation, what is that you're supposed to do in this situation? Okay, that is called self-confidence, right? So your knowledge, okay, your communication, and your ability to think at that time, okay, at that given point of time, in times of difficulty, in times of good, in times of success, how you handle those situations is your self-confidence. Okay, the next one, positive thinking towards life. As I told you, aap bhala to jag bhala. I have, like, you know, I've seen some people crying about this word. They have no reason to cry, but they still keep on crying. So come out of that, like, you know, or that hollow effect that, like, you know, world is bad to us. No, I'm telling you, I have also seen bad people, but it's our positive thinking which makes us go along, which helps us to, like, you know, get more job, get more money, get more, like, you know, friends, and sometimes if you're not having a positive thinking, even your own relatives, your siblings would, like, you know, kind of run away from you. Okay, so our positive thinking is very important because it will give us also positive vibes. It will give to the other people also a positive vibe to work with us, to chat with us, to talk with us, to work, like, you know, everything. Then other important aspect you need to work on is learning from your failures. Okay, failures are part of success. They are bound to happen. Failures will happen, but if you do not learn from that failure becomes a blunder. Okay, if you repeat it, it becomes a blunder. But if you learn from that failure and you grow, okay, then you are actually growing. Sooner or later, you will be successful. Okay, so it's very important. Anytime you fail, okay, accept I have failed. Sit back and discuss with your mentor or somebody elder or to yourself as to why you have failed. Next time, if you do not have to fail, what is that different you have to do? Okay, so work on that part. If you learn from the failures, definitely nothing like it. Each one of us, even today also I'm learning. Don't think that I am 40 plus, I won't learn. No, even I am learning today also, right? By teaching you, I'm learning. By discussing my knowledge, by sharing knowledge with you, I'm learning. Okay, so learning is a never-ending exercise. And then very important, self-reliance. That is what our PM is also calling for, Atmanirbhar. Right? We all need to be Atmanirbhar, and we all have that capacity. It is said that we, as a one individual, we can support another 7 individuals. So it's now up to us whether we support 7 or we receive help from other 7 people. Either you are a giver of help or you are a receiver of help, right? So there are only 4% of people who can actually help others, but there are 96% of the people who will seek help from others. So now, my dear friends, I want to know from you, you want to be in 4% or you want to be in 96%? Please type 4% or 96%. If you want to be 4%, you are a giver. You want to give positive vibes to others. You want to help others. You want to give positive thinking to others. Okay. If you are a 96% people, you are at the receiver's end. You want people to help you. Okay. One response says 96%. Somehow she has disappointed me. What about others? Here comes series of 4%. 1, 2, 3. Wow, 4. I think the first person definitely might have not heard me well. Okay, because so many rest all the people have said they want to be in first percent, only one said 96%. I assume it to be a, like, you overheard me. Okay, let's move further. Selfless service. And in this pandemic period, we have seen so many people who have done this selfless service, right? One any name you can type in here whom you have seen have done a selfless service during this pandemic period. I think one big name the whole nation has known is something, and known as a villain in the Bollywood industry. Okay, Sony Sood. He has turned out to be a real-time hero, a real-life hero. He has done a selfless. Yeah, Santhya is like agreeing to me. Sony Sood, right? So Sony Sood has turned out to be a real-life hero for all of us. Right? He is that selfless service guy. Okay. So now let's discuss about 4 quick things which will help you to crack the interview at the first go. Number 1, do have a clarity about your future. Definitely the questions will come around in a different way, asking you whether you are clear about your future. Okay, because if you're clear about your future, definitely you can contribute to the organization. If you're not clear about yourself, then how do you lead the company? How do you play a positive role in the development of the company? Right? So that is why goal setting, my dear friends, is very important. As I told you, please take a page after this webinar, write your name, write today's date, write after 1 year, where do you want to see yourself after 5 years, after 10 years, and do keep on reviewing this after every month or every 6 months, or especially on your birthdays. Open this, keep it somewhere secret, don't read it to anybody, don't show it to anybody. Okay, read it to yourself as you're progressing for this or not. If you want to improvise, do improvise, but don't stop. Use this gold sheet. This is very important. As I told you, I'm repeating this golden line: an aimless life is a shameless life. Okay, so do set your aims in life as to what you want to achieve. Why I'm here in this earth. Okay, am I here to be a 96%? Am I here to be that 4%? How I can help the people? And if you're waiting for a miracle to come to get you some good money, like you get some money like Sony Sood, then I will start doing charity. Please, you will never get that money. You will never become Sony Sood. So assume that you are already Sony Sood. Whatever little you have, even if it is 10 rupees, okay, even if it is a small help of 10 minutes to motivate somebody, even if it is 5 minutes to help somebody understand an algorithm, somebody make understand a Pythagoras theorem, right? Whatever little you can do, start helping. Okay, even this is also very valuable. Don't think that you are Sony Sood, you will arrange a chartered flight for people to fly from one part of this country to another part. No, okay, you can't do that. And if you wait for that, that will never happen. Start now, even a small step. Even the world's longest journey starts with single step. So take that first step today. take that first step, set your goals, have that a little bit clarity. Definitely later on, you can sit with your mentors, sit with your elders and set a better goal sheet for yourself. But for now, start with your own, okay? Or Google it, everything we have on Google and YouTube now, how to set goal for oneself. Okay, try that. Okay, so if you do not have goals in life, you will see all the obstacles. I can't do that, somebody is stopping me to do that, my situation is this, my family is this, my college is this, my teacher is this. You start blaming anybody and everybody for not achieving anything in your life. But the problem is you do not have goals. If you have goal, you are unstoppable. You will hook or crook achieve those goals. You will strive. If some obstacle comes, you know how to bypass it. Look, a small, baby who is crawling, who will just, can't walk also. If that boy or girl, if that child sees a toy on the other side of the room, you try to put some obstacles and you see that child, dribbling here and there, somehow that child will reach to its teddy bear, to its toys. How is it possible? That child is having that instinct of the obstacles cannot stop me. And it's being so big adults at the graduating in less than 6 months time, and we see obstacles and stop, right? So now my quick question to everybody, what do you see now? Do you see obstacles? Do you see goals? Yes, my dear friends, what do you see? Do you see goals or do you see obstacles? Wow, Afra says goal. Okay, Afrin says goals, right? Shakti says goals, right? Very good, very good. You have, congratulations. You all have taken that first step. You all have taken this first step. Okay, so please write goals for yourself and proceed. You need this soft skill. This is very important. If you can't set goal for yourself, you can't set goal for a team. You can't set goal for your company. And if you're not set goals, what you will achieve? There is nothing to achieve. If no goals, nothing to achieve. Go back and sleep. Why do you wake up from your bed? Okay, now let's move further. Let's move further and talk quickly about time management. As I already told you, even the the richest person on this earth, the most successful person on this earth, even somebody who is a beggar or whatever, a person who is lying on the bed, who is in the hospital, everybody, all of us have the same 24 hours. So what's important is how we utilize this time. Every second of time is an inch of gold. Every second of time is inch of gold. Okay, now what you do with that gold makes you rich. If you don't use it, you will lose it. If you don't use it, you will lose it. Every now and then we are losing time, right? Make use of the time, you will become rich, you will become successful, right? So if the most common thing between all the successful people, if you look around, read their biography and everything, you'll find that they have managed their time well. They know what to do when. They know how to say no. They know how to when to say yes, right? So that's very important. Time management is very crucial. If when you wake up in the morning, if you don't have 3 things to do for the day, I am telling you, you're wasting your day. Once you wake up, you must have minimum 3 things. Okay, today I will do this, I will achieve this. If you don't have that, you're wasting your time on this earth. Okay, so time management. So plan your time. Okay, importance of our duty. Plan your schedule. Even as a student, you can plan. Even at this stage, you require time management, right? Especially during just before the exams. Okay, utilizing your time for knowledge improvement, utilizing free time for good hobbies. Okay, work for others. Okay, and one bad news is time flies. The good news is you are the pilot. You have the control. Okay, one must know how to control. Okay, and somebody who can control is the Shaktisali person. He is the most powerful person who can manage the time. Somebody who cannot manage the time, he is the most weak person. Okay, so that's very important that we manage the time. Okay, next one, communication skills. Very important. Okay, as I told you, communication skills is what makes your personality. Sometimes let me give you an example, very vital example. I hope you'll be able to relate it. Let's say there is a doctor near your place who is treating very well, who gives the medicine, actually you get cured, but that person never talks. You go to him, he will look at you, okay, in your language, Tamil, English, Hindi, whatever. He'll ask you, kya hua? Okay. He'll simply write the medicine, give it to you, and you walk away, you take the medicines, you get well. There is another doctor in your same, like, in your nearby vicinity. That person, the moment you go, hi, how are you? Like, how is everyone in your family? Oh, this happened, no problem, don't worry. You will get well soon. It's a very small thing, don't worry about that. Okay, how about your college? How about these? How about that? He will talk in such a nice way. For a moment, even before you get the medicines, before you take the medicines, you feel half cured. Why? Because the way that person has spoken to you, right? Medicines don't matter. He has told you that one line, that magical one line. This is a small problem. Don't worry, you will get cured soon. Your half of your disease has run away at that moment. Mentally, you are already cured. Some physical curement is required. Getting it? Do you all agree? Have you find such people? Maybe doctor, maybe teacher, maybe any other profession, your tailor. Have you find such people? Type yes or no. Right? So Shakti says yes. Okay, Bhamita says yes. Right? We do find so many people in our life. That is why we feel some of us, maybe your friend, maybe your classmate, maybe your cousins. Okay, you say somebody as a boring person, somebody as a lively person. It's only because of the communication. It's only because the way they communicate. If they communicate well, they are a very lively person. They are your good friend. If they listen to you, if they don't listen, if they don't share their problem, they are not your friend. You don't know them, right? So that is why communication is very important. Communication, please remember two things. Communication is all about two things. One, make all your efforts to understand what the other person is telling. I am repeating. Number one, make all the efforts to understand what the other person is telling. Number two, make all the efforts to make your point understood to the other person. The other person must understand what you are telling. Communication is that. Communication doesn't mean English. Communication doesn't mean Hindi. Communication doesn't mean Tamil. Okay, communication is language is a medium. But how well do you communicate is an art. It's an art. It cannot be taught in the classroom. You cannot learn it from the class, right? Classroom, you can learn science, you can learn skills, but communication skills, you have to work. Even if I tell you, you will be unable to do it unless until you do it. So start practicing communication skills. Ask yourself this question whenever you are conveying anything. Okay, is the other person asking you to repeat? Okay, if they're asking you to repeat, mind you, you are not a good speaker. Okay, or you have to modulate your communication based on the person in front of you. If you're talking to doctor, you can have to speak other language. If you're talking to your mother, you have to speak a different language. If you're talking to a child, you have to speak a different language. If you're talking to your teacher, you have to speak a different language. Okay, language means the way you talk, the words you use. Okay, that makes us different. That makes us successful or unsuccessful, right? So that is how the importance of communication is, my dear friends. Okay, so now our next quality, let's discuss about that. And that quality is your leadership quality. Okay, that leadership quality. When I say leader, when I say this leadership qualities, if you have the first name, first face which comes to your mind, if I say leader, so which is that name? Which name comes to your mind first when I say the word leader? What strikes to your mind? Kiska naam aata hai? Whose name comes to your mind first when I say leader? So quickly, can you chat? Can you put it in the chat? Can you please put it in the chat? Who is your leader? Faisal, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, Kim Namjoon, Gandhi ji. Okay, very good. Who else? Who else? Kamraj sir. Okay. Then who else? Right? So many. Wow, very good. Mohana says myself. I love this answer. Okay. So congratulations, Mohana. Mosina says, sorry. Yeah, Mosina says my father. Very good. Our father is our first leader. Right? We must admire our parents. They are doing so much for us. My mom, Muti, is very, very, very nice answer. Muti Krishna, very nice answer. She is undoubtedly a big leader and unrecognized leader, right? Anything and everything, she's always there to support us, right? Ask the importance of mom, somebody who has lost her mother, his mother. They will tell you the importance of mother. Okay, and the people who have their mother, please respect it. You have got the time, you have your mother with you. Okay, very good. So let's proceed further. So leadership qualities is all about the first quality about leader is how well they manage change. How well they manage change. If you're able to handle the change, you are a leader. Okay, so change is mostly about, leadership is mostly about change. How quickly you adapt to change and how easily you make others to adapt change. Okay, how well you support change, okay? The change. Next one, you're planning. You must plan ahead in time. You must be self-disciplined. Okay, know your responsibilities, commitment, developing skills, organizing things properly. All these things gives you all those leadership qualities, right? So knowingly, unknowingly, as I told you, your interviewer is checking, do you have that leadership qualities in you or not? Okay, they are checking that. So please mind you need to work on your leadership skills. When in the interview asked, do you have leadership qualities? Give me an instance, give me an incident, or give me tell me how do you have demonstrated or where you have demonstrated your leadership skills. Now don't tell that I am admin of 2 WhatsApp group. Okay, don't tell that I am admin of 2 WhatsApp group. Okay, being an admin of WhatsApp group is not a leader. Okay, leader is somebody who is making you to do something which you don't want to do. Leader is something which is driving you towards the organization goal. Leader is someone who is able to communicate in a very, very right way so that you are motivated and get doing the things. Okay, and leader means doesn't have followers. Leader means creating other leaders. If you have followers, then you are not a leader. Okay, and if you are made leader by by the authority, then you are a manager, you are not a leader. If you say I have 10 people in my team, okay, assigned by the organization, then that is not leadership, that is a manager. Okay, leader is somebody without any title, without any name. They want to follow you, they want to do the way you do, they want to seek advice and instructions from you. Then you are a leader. Okay, then you are a leader, right? So quickly, after all these 4 important vital skills, okay, you can do a lot of homework and try to develop all these 4 skills. But meanwhile, let me tell you the 10 most demanded soft skills in future. Okay, the 10 most demanded soft skills in future. Here you can see, as it says that communication, organizing skills, teamwork, okay, being always punctual, that is what we discussed, time management, critical thinking, right? Thinking what is right or wrong. As I told you, you are getting graduate, you must have that ability to critical think. Okay, your social skills, how well you get along with others, your creativity, your interpersonal communication, how do you talk to different people in different way, your one-on-one communication with one-on-one rapport with that every individual you work along. Okay, your flexibility, your adaptability, and last but not the least, your friendly personality. So these are the skills which will be most demanded in the coming days. So ask yourself this question now, can you write these skills in your CV that you possess these skills? At least 5 or 6 you should be able to write, at least 5 or 6. And please do expect a question. Teamwork, oh, you do teamwork? Give me an instance where you have developed, you have demonstrated your teamwork abilities. Definitely expect this question. Just don't write that, oh, these 10 words I'll simply go and write in my CV. Don't do this mistake, please. Okay, this is for somebody who can work on this, develop this, and then write in their CV. And if you write in your CV, you have high chances to be called for interview. If you prove that you have the skills, you have high chances of getting the job. It's all about that. It's this simple, but it is not that simple. It's very hard. Okay, I know it's not that simple. It may sound so simple, but it is not that simple. Okay, so while going for interview, please take care. Couple of things let me share. Okay, number one, your professional attire is very important. Okay, always dress as good as possible. Don't have that attitude it's okay if I don't wear tie, if I don't wear a formal dress, it's okay if I go in jeans and other things. No, please. Okay, first of all, take care of the dress, one step ahead. Okay, always one step above. So think as much good or your best of the best dress you wear for the interview. Okay. Number 2, safe spot. Okay. Set aside your dress. Always keep the dress aside. Don't use it 1 or 2 days before. Okay. Don't use it on some other occasion. Okay. A well washed, well groomed or well pressed dress, you keep it aside for the interview. Okay. Then try on intended outfit, a very formal one. Okay. Ribs, strain, creases, you should always take care of. And tie, belt, watch. Okay. Your earrings, your lipstick, your everything else you have to take care of. Okay. It should not be too eye catchy. It should not be too odd. It should be something going in line with your whole dress. How to prepare for the interviews? There are a couple of questions which are very common. Okay. Tell me about yourself. Usually the questions start with this part. Okay. Here is a golden chance where it's basically an icebreaker, because the best thing you can talk about is yourself. So here you talk about yourself in such a way that they ask the further questions about you. Okay. They get further questions, and don't just bluff or exaggerate too much about you. Okay. Then it will be difficult. You'll have the rest of the interview a very difficult time. Okay. Always prepare your achievements list. So far what all you have achieved in your life, whatever small, big, make a list of that, and definitely carry some records, some certificates, whatever you earned in your schools, college, high school. Okay. And degree, every time, whatever you have achieved. So please do mention that in your CVs. This make a lot of difference. Okay. Your strength and weakness is a very common question in the interview, which they ask is, tell me your strengths. What are your strengths? They will definitely ask you, what are your weakness? And next question definitely will follow is, what are you doing to overcome your weakness? Okay. So please be very choosy about this, and don't say I don't have any weakness. That would be a stupidity to say so. Okay. Because we all have weaknesses, but you have to work. Don't just write any weakness, but work on that. Okay. Try to know more about yourself. Then, as I told you, your career path, your ladder, as or otherwise, as I said you, where do you see yourself after 1 year, 5 years, 10 years? If you have written that, you can answer this question very well. Okay. Your where you see yourself. Do you want to become a leader? Do you want to grow in the organization or not? That is what the company wants to know. The interviewer wants to know. Okay. So that's why I have this goal sheet for yourself. Last but not the least, why should I hire you? There are 10 people sitting outside in the room. Why should I hire you? This is another very common question which they ask. Okay. So if you know yourself very well, if you have your goal sheet done, if you manage the time well, and if you have the charismatic personality, you can tell the interviewer, sir, by now you must know, you must already be knowing, why should you hire me? If it is still not enough, let me tell you more about myself. Okay. Then you can go ahead and tell more what you are good at. Again, don't exaggerate, don't bluff. Okay. Some do's and don'ts in the interview. Okay. Please arrive early, don't go late. Okay. Be attentive. When the question is asked in the interview, you don't have that luxury to ask, sir, can you please repeat the question? You are showing that you are inattentive at that time. So please be very careful. Okay. Show that you are listening. Even after you are putting all the efforts, if you're not able to understand, then definitely you can ask to repeat. But don't show that you are ignorant, you are inattentive. Okay. Please don't give that message to the interviewer. Be relaxed. I know it's very difficult to be relaxed when you're sitting on the hot seat of KBC. Okay. So it is not possible to be relaxed when you're sitting in for the interview. Okay. But at the same time, if you know how to manage time, if you know how to manage stress, if you know yourself well, if you know your strength and weakness, you will be relaxed. Okay. Do one thing. Ask yourself what you will lose by losing this job opportunity, what you will gain by getting this job. Okay. So definitely there will be some gains and loss. But if you know that this is not the last interview on this earth, this is not the last job on the earth, you will be relaxed and you can give your best. Why you have to be relaxed? To give your best. Okay. Next one, keep smiling. Okay. Very clear voice you have to portray. You have to give your clear voice. Don't mumble. Don't make your voice too loud. Don't make your voice too mean. Okay. It should be appropriate, proper pitch, proper intonation. That is what you have to give. Okay. Next one, about your verbal, about your words. Stick to the main point. When question is asked, don't run around the bush. Answer to the point. In the interview, you must answer to the point. Don't make it your question and answer of your examination. Question is asked something, you want to fill the page. You keep on writing. Please don't do that. This will not work out in interview. Your answer should be point to point. I know it is not working out even in academics nowadays. Okay. Even evaluators are giving too much of value to the exact answer. Okay. Don't show all your knowledge there. Next one, relevant responses. Whatever is asked, you try to answer on that. Be organized. You know where your CV are. You know where your CV is, where your certificates are. Okay. Everything, whatever you carry at that time, you must be organized. Like if you're sneezing, you want to take out your handkerchief. Okay, don't look for handkerchief here and there. You must know in which pocket you have kept your handkerchief. Okay, speak well. And then last but not the least, spontaneous reply. Spontaneous reply means whenever a question is asked, take a second or few and then answer. But don't take too long pause. More than 30 seconds, more than 20 seconds is not good. But pausing for 4, 5, 10 seconds is okay. Because definitely whenever a person is asking a question in the interview, there is definitely some idea behind. He wants to either check your skills, want to check your abilities, want to check your knowledge. So please do that self-introspection and try to recall the points. What all point I must say for this question? Okay, so quickly collect those points and then answer, but don't take too long time in pausing. It shows that you are taking too long time or you're giving a too long pause. Okay, so these are a couple of tips for taking up the interview. And further, before we go further, please remember this. There's a research which is done by the Carnegie Foundation. There's a research which is done by the Stanford University. There's research which is done by the Harvard. They all say that your financial success, your success in your career is 15% coming from your technical skills. Whatever the graduation course you are doing, whatever the professional course you are doing, it's only 15%. Rest 85% is your soft skills. Your 85% of your success comes from your soft skills. Your financial success, 85% comes from your soft skills. Okay, so it is so vital, it is so important. Okay, so please work on these soft skills. Okay, developing a winning personality is not a hit and miss affair. It's not a matter of luck. Okay, for this it is very important that you should continuously, consciously, and give a focused approach on yourself, on developing yourself, in developing your personality. Okay, so that is why next thing you need to ask is, are you ready? Do you have everything made ready for yourself, your goal plan? And then go and hit the corporate world. Okay, first sharpen the saw, then only you can cut the tree. If your saw is not sharp, you cannot cut the tree within the given time. Okay, take some time, sharpen your saw. Okay, get your skills right. Okay, get your CV right, get your attitude right. Okay, in an interview, please remember this. Not only an interview, every time for that matter, what dress you wear is important, but what is more important is what attitude you wear. Your attitude, what you wear, is very important. Sometimes if your dress is not good, I'm telling you, if your attitude is good, people will excuse that. But if your attitude is not good, how good is your dress, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so what attitude you wear is very important, my dear friends. And if you have a courage to begin, you have the courage to success. So start now. Don't say I will start tomorrow. Don't say I will start from Monday. Don't say I'll start from 1st of October. Start now. If you want to do something big, if you want to achieve something big in life, start now. Start with a single step, but definitely you will reach there. So before we conclude, if you want to have something which you never had, you need to do something which you have never done. Okay, so look onto that. If you want different results, please work differently this time. With that, I conclude my topic. I conclude my sharing of some of my knowledge. It's never ending for this, but there are various other avenues you can seek for information. Then definitely AMP and me, we are always here to help you, to guide you. Okay, with this, I expect I have justified the time and topic given to me. And now I'm open for question. Faisal, I request you to please help me in getting the questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the session. Now I would like to request all the participants that those who want to ask the question, either they can raise their hand, or they can type their question in the chat box. I will read it out. So those who want to speak, they can raise their hand. I can allow them to talk.
And my request, please do ask questions. Make this session as much interactive as possible. I'm telling you, it's a golden opportunity. And don't think that any question is a stupid question, silly question, and you don't want to ask it. You are not asking for yourself, you're asking for the benefit of all the participants who are attending this session.
Sir, there is one question. Will you please distinguish between confidence and overconfidence?
Very good question, Rabina, and I'm glad that you asked this question. See, number one, uh, first of all, there's a very hairline difference between being confident and overconfident. It's a very small, thin line. Okay, so number one is you need to first of all demonstrate confidence. Okay, you need to demonstrate the confidence. Start doing that. When you start doing confidence, you come up at a certain place where somebody, one or two people will object. One or two people will tell you, no, you're not done good. Okay, what you're doing is bad. Okay, so don't mind about that one or two people, because they cannot do it. They are like, asking you to, like, don't do it. So definitely they are jealous of you. Okay, so keep going. When out of 5 people, if there are 3 people are telling you're not doing good, then definitely there is something wrong. You have crossed the limit. You're not confident. You're overconfident. Okay, so when you see more than 50% of the people complimenting or complaining, you have more than 50% people who are complaining, then definitely you have crossed the limit. Okay, but when you have, like, out of 5 people, 4 people complimenting you, you have a confidence, you have demonstrated, and that is why people are praising you, people are applauding you. Okay, so please demonstrate that, because you haven't asked the question that what is underconfidence. If there is overconfidence, there is something called as underconfidence also. So the problem now is there are many people who are underconfidence. Out of 10 people, there are 7 people who are underconfident. There are 2 person who are confident, and there is 1 person who is overconfident. Okay, so there is a big gap here. That is why we have to work on coming out of our comfort zone and trying to do something. Experiment. I have tried several things. Yeah, I have tried several, like, things to be done in my life. Before becoming a speaker like this, I was a stammerer till the age of, I think till my grade 8. Till my age grade, I used to stammer. I was unable to ask a question properly to a stranger. I was like that Shahrukh Khan, Kiran. Okay, I used to stammer. But then the confidence was required in me. Some people helped me knowingly, unknowingly. I did some exercises for myself, and then I happened to overcome. And now today, I have a record of talking in front of 2,000 plus people. Okay, so confidence is that you have that confidence, but you have that ability to come out and do is first very important. When you start getting more complaints than compliments, then you are gone on the overconfident side. And definitely we all are human beings. To do error is, like, human. After that, you correct yourself, you rectify yourself, and then keep continuing. Okay, there is nothing wrong in displaying overconfidence at times. Okay, that means you have made a try. First of all, say congratulations for yourself that you have made a try. Okay, I hope I have answered the question, Rabina. And let's move on to the next question, Faisal.
Yes, sir. Pratiksha has asked the question, how to adapt to the interview scenario at the earliest, sir?
Okay, see, first of all, whenever we talk about interview, the biggest mistake most of the students or most of the people who are coming for interview, which I feel, is they don't do any homework for the interview. Okay, what is the homework for the interview? Number one, first is you're preparing your CV, your credentials, your attire, your everything, like, everything, whatever you have, you collect first that. That's your first homework for the interview. Second one, you need to know about what job you're applying for. What is the designation? Okay, where does it fit into the organization hierarchy? Okay, next one very important is, like, what skills are required for that. So based on that, now all these things, the interviewer is actually asking the questions, whether it is sometimes one person, sometimes it could be a panel interview. Okay, there are different formats and patterns of the interview. Now, if you're aware of this, then you can easily accommodate, then you can easily adjust. If you don't know these things, it becomes very difficult for you to adjust. So it's all about the homework, what you do. Very few of us actually go to the website of the company and see what this company is all about. Sometimes I feel very, like, good when some participants or some interview students, when they are coming, or the persons, when before they're coming, they will ask this question, who will take my interview, or who will be there in my interview? I really like those people. I first give them 2 plus points, because they want to know who will take their interview. If not the name, at least the designation, at least the, like, title of the person. That is very important. So ask that who is going to interview, how many people will interview, how many rounds of interview will be there. Okay, what every round will ask what sort of questions. Do the research about the designation, do the research about the skills required for the designation which you're applying for. Don't apply for any job and every job. Some people do this mistake. Sir, any job, sir, please, I want one job, sir, my family is in big trouble, sir. Now, company is not there for charity. They want somebody who can contribute for the company and then give them the salary. Okay, so your preparedness is what makes you fight that particular area, and then you can easily adapt to the situation whatever the interview is demanding. Okay, I hope I have answered Pratiksha.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And we have a next question from Mohana Priya. She has asked that how to overcome our fear. And we have another question from Nurul Minhas. He says that, sir, could you tell something about the soft skills in teamwork?
Okay, fine. Very good. Both are good questions. I'll try to answer in a very short time because we are running short of time. Mohana Priya, to your question, how to overcome our fears. See, number one, our goal setting is the most vital thing. If you have that goal, there is nothing which can make you fear about. Okay, that's the first part. Second part about the fear, to overcome the fear is your knowledge. From knowledge comes the confidence. If you have the confidence, the fear runs away. Okay, so increase your knowledge as much as possible. Okay, and ask yourself this question, as I told you some time back. Ask yourself this question: what is that I will lose if I don't get this job, if I fail in this interview? Okay, that will make you to lose. I'll tell you one important observation which I made for so many years. I've taken so many interviews. This doesn't happen in Dubai, but I have seen this often at times in India. Whenever somebody is called for interview, we take it very casually, and especially the girls have this habit. Whenever they go for an interview, they take one of their friend along. Okay, please come, I'm going for interview, you also come. Okay, there's no harm in it unless until the company is casual. If the company is formal, they will not take the interview of that person. If the company is casual, they will okay, call your friend, let me interview him or her also. But what happens is, because the other person is just come along with you, that person is fearless. He or she will speak very well in the interview. But you have come prepared for the interview and you have that fear in your mind, and because of that fear, you are unable to answer well in the interview. And you lose the opportunity. Your friend who has come to accompany you, he or she will get the offer. Now ask yourself this question: why that person is cracked the interview and why not you? Is because of the fear. You know the answer, they know, he or she know the answer. She has answered it because she has no fear. You are unable to answer because you have fear. Okay, so to overcome fear, you must have knowledge. To overcome fear, build that confidence. To overcome that fear, you need to have be prepared for all sort of questions. If there is a some new question come to you, if you don't know the answer, tell that you don't know. I would recruit such people who would say I don't know when asked about a topic. If somebody doesn't know about the topic and starts bluffing, I can definitely make out. I would straight away reject that person. Okay, so confidence, it's all about your knowledge. Now coming to our next question, which Nurul Minaj has asked, talking about, tell me something about soft skills and teamwork. When we spoke about communication, with communication comes your interpersonal communication. Your interpersonal communication is all about your teamwork. How do you communicate with the team? Okay, in teamwork, as I told you, we need to be leader also. But every time the team doesn't give you the opportunity of being a leader. So you need to be a good team member when required. You need to be a good leader when required. Okay, in team, remember, it is not one's responsibility, it's a collective responsibility. It's a responsibility of all of us together. If one person fails, it's the whole team which fails. If you tell that I have done my job and the team is failed, it is not my lookout, then the team is failed, you are failed. Okay, so please ensure that it's a collective responsibility and we should work as a team. If one fails, if one is stepping back, if one is doing a lesser job, the other must quickly take over. Okay, so that is why the team is all about that, collectively working. In simple, sometimes we also say that the good definition of team is together everyone achieves maximum. Okay, TEAM, together everyone achieves maximum. Okay, so that is what team is. Together we must achieve. It's not about one individual, it's about the team, how collectively you are able to finish the task in time, with quality, and as required. Okay, I hope I have answered your question, Nurul. Is there any other question, Faisal?
No, sir. So we are going to end the session. And before ending, I would like the participants to please share the feedback. I have shared the Google form in the chat box. So I would request Abu Bakar Siddiq sir to please ask the student to share the feedback also. And so thank you, Zamir sir, for such a wonderful session. And now I would like Abu Bakr Siddiq Sahab to please give a vote of thanks, and then we will end the session.
Fine, sir. Thank you. Thank you to the AMP for giving this wonderful opportunity to our students, and we express our gratitude on behalf of our management, on behalf of our principal, our department, and all of our student community. I express my heartfelt gratitude for convening this session, and I express my thankfulness to the resource person also. It was such a wonderful session, lovely session, where students can uh, get so many new insights before attending an interview. And I would like to convey this message that we look forward to work with AMP also, so that we can enlighten the student community more and more in the upcoming days. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the golden opportunity, and I hope again that I have been able to justify the topic given. Sorry, 1 minute. Okay, and I really request my friends to please give the feedback. Okay, it's not about good or bad. It's about helping us so that we help your student community better. Okay, if you really liked it, please do express. If you want, if you feel that there is certain scope of improvement for us, please do let us know. Okay, thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir, and thank you all the participants for attending the session, and thank you, Bakr Siddiq sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hopefully, we will continue the session in future also.
Inshallah, sir. Thank you.
I am ending.